today I'm back with another video, and so I told myself I wasn't gonna do this, but I did it anyway, and I went to the library and got some books out, which isn't as bad as like a legitimate haul, but a library haul nonetheless. I decided after reading the Maze Runner's books that before jumping right into Lord of the Rings, which is heavily fantasy and amazingness, that I was going to just read some standalone type books in between that. So I got 3 books that I knew about from the library and 1 book that I didn't know about, except the 1 book I didn't know about was A Blind Date with a Book, and I filmed this video the other day after going to the library, but I ended up not liking it, so I'm refilming it now. And so I already opened the book that was The Blind Date with the Book, but I will show that last so I can just tell you that. But yeah, anyway, we're just gonna get started. So originally I went to the library for a standalone contemporary lighthearted read because after reading the Maze Runner series I felt that's what I needed, and I came back with one of those. I'm not too sure why I grabbed the other books I did when they really weren't lighthearted, especially not the one. I'm gonna show you the contemporary-ish, I guess, book, lighthearted book that I thought was lighthearted and everything like that. And that is This Is What Happy Looks Like by Jennifer E. Smith. And she also wrote The Statistical Probability of Love at First Sight. And this book is basically about this guy, and he emails this girl, but it's not supposed to go to her, but they end up like conversing back and forth, emailing, getting to know each other, and the guy has a chance to come to her city and they decide to meet up. And so it's basically seeing if they really know each other as well as they do, and if anything could be made from that. And I saw this and I thought it was gonna be this lighthearted, cute contemporary read. I was gonna go for Fangirl again and reread that because I definitely loved that book, but I saw this and then my library had it, so I decided I'd pick it up. If any of you guys have read it and if it's as lighthearted as it seems, could you please tell me in the comments below? Not that it matters because I don't have any other lighthearted contemporary-ish reads that I have in this haul because apparently I can't ever get those. The next book I have never heard of ever. I have never heard it on BookTube, never saw it on Goodreads, nothing. I didn't even see it in my library until I went the other night and I saw it and I thought it looked really pretty and the premise was really interesting, and that is Paper Valentine by Bernie Yovanoff. She wrote The Replacement and The Space Between. I have seen The Replacement. I wanted to read that, but I never actually got around to it. But this book is about this town, and there's this guy going around killing girls. And so I saw that and was like, what? So I picked it up, and the cover is absolutely gorgeous. And so I just thought it sounded really interesting and it was really pretty. And I've never heard of it before, and it looks like it could be a fast read because it's one of those books where the words are like bigger and like the spacing's bigger, so it seems like it could be a fast read. And I was like, hey, what the heck not, because I was in the mood for a tie-in kind of scary-ish book. So we'll see what this one has to offer. Alright, then the last book that I knew about, which was the one that I was most excited about because I didn't really know that my library had this until the other night, and I already read this, so I will have a review of that up soon. That is A Monster Calls by Patrick Ness, inspired by the idea from Siobhan Dowd. I probably pronounced that wrong. I'm sorry. She apparently passed away, and so Patrick Ness took up the writing of this. And this book, man. So this book is about this kid named Connor, and he is living with his mom who has cancer, and things start going bad for his mom. And so his grandmother comes, and she's kind of just really, I guess you can say not picky, but grouchy and kind of naggy. She's just that type of grandmother. And then his father, who is barely in his life, who lives over in America, they live over in, I'm guessing, England or somewhere. He comes over because of everything going on with his mom, and this monster comes. This monster shows up and is telling Connor these stories, and in return Connor has to tell him his story, which is the nightmare he's been having for a while. And basically it's just this book about how Connor learned to deal with everything. And I have already read this, and let me tell you, I sobbed at the end. I will talk about this more in my review, but yeah. So the next book, which was my blind date with a book, I literally had no idea about this book or anything of the sort. I was pushed into picking out a book. My friend thought it would be a great idea, and he was like, you'll never know what you're gonna get. And the whole thing was if I picked it, I'd have to have it checked out for the 2 weeks and everything like that. So I decided to take the risk, and I got it. So the book is Same Kind of Different as Me by Ron Hall and Denver Moore with Lynn Vincent. And this book is about this guy named Denver, and he's from like the plantation area, Louisiana, slave type thing, and he meets this lady called Deborah and then her husband Ron, and it's basically this, I guess, Christian fiction type book. I really don't fully know the synopsis of it because the back doesn't really have that big of a synopsis, and the one on Goodreads is a bit jumbled, but my gist of what I'm getting from it is about this guy who was a slave, and it said slavery is a bunch of different things, and God is kind of incorporated into this book. So I'm really actually glad that I grabbed this one. It seemed really intriguing, and I thought, hey, why not? And I'm actually reading it right now. I just started it. I'm on page 7, and I'm really enjoying it. It kind of reminds me, it's got this like To Kill a Mockingbird / The Help type feel, and those are 2 books that I absolutely adored. So I'm hoping I'll really like this one. There are good ratings for it for the most part. There are some, I've read some reviews that aren't so good. I'm excited to read this. So these are the 4 books I got from the library. We have, like I said, This Is What Happy Looks Like, Paper Valentines, A Monster Calls, and Same Kind of Different as Me. If you have read any of these books, leave in the comments down below. If you like this video, give it a huge thumbs up, and if you would like to see more videos of me or be notified when I post a video, you should definitely click on this book right here, and it will lead you to my channel, and you can hit that subscribe button because it would definitely mean a lot. Thank you all for watching, and have a great day. Bye! Okay, I'm not gonna. Ooh! There was a baby dead spider in this. Ew, that's gross. Ooh, what is my hair doing over here?